Fans are absolutely stunned right now. Josie Duggar, the once sweet little girl from 19 Kids and Counting, isn't so little anymore. Reports say she's fallen in love, but when her strict parents, Jim Bob and Michelle, found out, everything exploded. From family drama to shocking confrontations, this story is turning the Duggar world upside down. Let's dive into what really happened when Josie's secret romance was exposed. In a stunning turn of events, fans of the Duggar family are in disbelief after reports surfaced claiming that Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar have kicked out their youngest daughter, Josie, following an alleged intimate encounter with her new boyfriend. The news has sent shockwaves through social media, leaving longtime followers of the conservative family questioning everything they thought they knew about the Duggars' famously strict household rules. According to sources close to the family, tensions had been brewing for weeks as Josie, now stepping into her late teens, began asserting more independence than her parents were comfortable with. Those close to the situation claim that Josie had quietly started seeing a young man outside of her family's tightly controlled social circle, a move that was reportedly met with strong disapproval from Jim Bob and Michelle. Rumors suggest that the situation escalated after Jim Bob discovered Josie had shared an inappropriate moment with her boyfriend during a private outing. The incident, described as a major rule violation by insiders, was enough to spark outrage within the Duggar household. In a shocking reaction, Jim Bob and Michelle allegedly demanded Josie leave the family home, calling her behavior a betrayal of the values they raised her with. Family insiders reveal that Josie was heartbroken and blindsided by her parents' decision. She didn't think it would go this far, one insider said. She loves her parents, but felt trapped living under rules that didn't allow her to grow up. The young Duggar reportedly sought refuge with a close friend as she tries to process the fallout. Fans online have exploded with mixed reactions, some defending Josie's desire for freedom, while others believe Jim Bob and Michelle are simply being consistent with their faith-based standards. "She's an adult now. She deserves to live her life," one fan commented. Another fighted back saying, "They raised her with certain beliefs. It's sad, but understandable." Meanwhile, sources claim the family's once perfect image is once again under scrutiny, especially after years of controversy involving their older children. Many see this latest drama as another sign that the younger Duggars may not be as eager to follow in their parents' footsteps as once believed. As of now, Jim Bob and Michelle have remained silent on the matter, refusing to respond to media inquiries. However, fans suspect a public statement or carefully worded social media post may be coming soon, possibly through one of the family's official accounts. Josie, on the other hand, has been noticeably absent from family photos and gatherings, fueling speculation that she may be distancing herself from the strict Duggar lifestyle altogether. Whether the separation is temporary or permanent remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the Duggar family's seemingly unbreakable bond has been shaken once again, and this time, it's their youngest daughter at the center of the storm. Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar just made a rare appearance, and fans can't stop talking about the surprising reason why. What brought the reality TV parents back into the spotlight? Let's break it down. Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar make rare appearance in family video for special occasion. In a moment that has captured the attention of fans and onlookers alike, Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar, longtime figures in the public eye but rarely seen in recent years, made a surprise and much-noticed appearance in a newly released family video. The footage, shared by their daughter Jonna Duggar on YouTube, marked a heartfelt tribute to Michelle's 59th birthday and offered a rare, intimate glimpse into the private lives of the Duggar patriarch and matriarch. For years, Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar have maintained a low public profile. Although they once featured heavily in the reality television series 19 Kids and Counting and its spin-offs, in recent times they have receded from frequent media exposure. Thus, any appearance, even in personal family footage, inevitably draws scrutiny and interest. On September 30, 2025, Jonna Duggar released a video titled "Big Family, Big Birthday," mom of 19 kids, turns 59, documenting a multi-day family gathering in Florida to celebrate her mother's birthday. While much of the video centers on decorations, family conversations, and scenes with grandchildren, toward the end, Michelle and Jim Bob emerge in a group photo sequence, posing with several of their children and grandchildren, a scene that delighted viewers. The moment is striking because Michelle and Jim Bob are rarely filmed or photographed alongside their wide family under casual or celebratory circumstances. Their inclusion in this family video thus serves both as a symbolic presence and a reminder of their central role in the Duggar family's identity. Details from the celebration. The video traces the build-up to Michelle's birthday, beginning with preparations, siblings hanging streamers, balloons, arranging floral accents, and placing festive touches like colorful banners and table decor. Scenes show Jonna, her husband Stephen Wisman, and various siblings collaborating. When the celebratory moment arrives, Michelle is greeted by children and grandchildren with hugs and applause. She is visibly touched by the surprise, which includes a birthday cake with candles spelling out 59, among other thoughtful gestures. Jim Bob is seen in the background, observing with a quiet smile, not front and center, but very much present. At one point, family members walk down toward the beach for a group photo session. It is during those final frames that Michelle and Jim Bob are shown seated or standing with grandchildren, capturing once more their enduring bond with the extended family. The video closes on soft laughter, smiles, and an overall sense of familial warmth. Jana's caption and narration emphasize gratitude, love, and the significance of togetherness, especially in light of how seldom her parents are captured on camera. Why the appearance feels significant? In today's social media age, public figures often choose when and how to be seen. For Michelle and Jim Bob, whose lives have long intertwined with both televised ministries and family publicity, their withdrawal from the spotlight has evolved over years. This makes their presence in Jana's video more than just a cameo. It becomes a statement about legacy, identity, and familial continuity. Fans and followers responded enthusiastically to the video. Many expressed delight at seeing the couple together in a relaxed, loving setting. Some commented that the appearance made the birthday video feel more complete, while others speculated whether this signals a new openness in sharing personal family moments. The dynamics of the Duggar family are intricate. Over the years, some children have drifted publicly from the family's tight circle, others maintain close connections. In that context, Michelle and Jim Bob's appearance may be a way to affirm unity amid change. Their presence, subtle yet meaningful, grounds the video in the family's historical core. While this birthday video is one of the more high-profile moments in which Michelle and Jim Bob are shown, it is not the first time they have appeared in uncommon footage in recent times. In August 2025, Jessa Duggar Seawald shared a birth vlog documenting the arrival of her sixth child. In that series of videos, Jim Bob was briefly seen, holding his 39th grandchild, marking a rare moment where he stepped into frontline view. Michelle also appeared during labor and hospital scenes, though primarily in the supportive homemaker role behind the scenes. That vlog, titled Birth Story, attracted attention partly because viewers seldom see the Duggar parents in such personal and vulnerable contexts. The prior decade had also included infrequent glimpses of the couple in public or semi-public settings, though often in religious, charitable, or family gatherings. But the frequency of their appearances has declined, making each new sighting feel more newsworthy to fans and media outlets. The broader Duggar context. To understand why Michelle and Jim Bob's appearance resonates, one must consider the trajectory of the Duggar family in recent years. Their show, 19 Kids and Counting, aired for several seasons before being canceled in 2015 amid serious controversies involving their eldest son, Josh Duggar. That cancellation led to spin-offs, shifting family media strategies, and increasing public scrutiny. Over time, the Duggar children pursued individual paths, some maintaining strong ties to the family brand, others branching off more independently.
In recent years, controversies related to the family's religious ideology, internal dynamics, and public perception have kept every public appearance under a lens. Some former Duggar members have criticized aspects of their upbringing, while others remain defenders of their family structure and beliefs. In that light, Michelle and Jim Bob often act as stabilizing symbols, parents and anchors of a sprawling family narrative. Their presence in a family video thus carries more weight than mere nostalgia. It suggests continuity amid evolution. The video sparked a wave of reactions across social media, blogs, and fan pages. Many viewers praised the humility and authenticity of the footage. Comments included sentiments such as, "It warms my heart to see Michelle and Jim Bob together like this, so grounded and real." This is exactly the kind of family moment I wished we got more of over the years. I never thought I'd see Jim Bob in a casual family video again. Beautiful.
On the flip side, some analysts and critics considered the appearance more strategically timed than accidental, suggesting that such content helps rehabilitate or bolster the Duggar brand in media spaces. Some observers noted how the video avoided delving into deeper controversies or difficult topics, instead focusing on the celebratory, unifying aspects of family life. Some media outlets framed the video as part of a careful recalibration of public image, one that emphasizes stability, continuity, and warmth over disclosures or vulnerability. Others saw it simply as a daughter's love letter to her mother, with the parents' presence being natural and unforced. The meaning for Duggar family and legacy. For the Duggar family itself, the video is more than a public gesture. It is a moment of internal affirmation that despite evolving relationships, generational changes, and past turbulence, Michelle and Jim Bob remain central figures. Their presence anchors the broader family story. To younger Duggar children and grandchildren, the appearance underscores a shared history and identity. Some grandchildren may now be adults themselves, forming their own families. Yet seeing their grandparents there, in person and undiminished, may carry emotional resonance. From a legacy perspective, this video may signal a subtle shift. While the Duggar children and next generations continue building their individual platforms and lives, the parents quietly maintain a connective thread. Rather than dominating the narrative, they reemerge when the occasion calls, less as presenters, more as pillars. Furthermore, by stepping gently into the frame, Michelle and Jim Bob allow the spotlight to fall largely on the celebrants, Jana, her siblings, and the grandchildren, while still reminding viewers of the story's roots. Their appearance is not a reclamation of center stage, but a supportive return to presence. What it suggests for future appearances. Will this appearance herald more visibility from Michelle and Jim Bob? That remains uncertain, but there are some hints worth noting. The appearance was introduced through footage curated by Jana, a trusted family member. This suggests that any future appearances might similarly be mediated through family-controlled channels rather than open media. The couple did not dominate the footage. They appeared in closing moments or as part of group photos. This indicates a deliberate restraint, suggesting they may choose to remain largely behind the scenes, surfacing selectively. The occasion was Michelle's birthday, a milestone that justifies a full family gathering. It remains to be seen whether they would appear in more routine life events, but the birthday setting gives them a natural reason to be present. The positive reaction from viewers may encourage the family to release more rare glimpses. If the response remains favorable, occasional controlled appearances might become a pattern. No guarantees amid controversies. Given past controversies surrounding the family, including legal and moral issues tied to Josh Duggar, public criticism of the family's religious ideology, and disputes among siblings, public presence comes with risk. The Duggars may prefer to limit exposure to keep control over narrative and media reaction. Thus, while the birthday video does not necessarily announce a media comeback or public relaunch, it does open the possibility that in emotionally significant moments, Michelle and Jim Bob may gently step back into their family's visual history. Family, media, identity.
In watching the video, one sees more than cake, balloons, or beach photos. One sees continuity, lineage, and a quiet reaffirmation of familial bonds. At 59, Michelle Duggar is now a grandmother to dozens, a matriarch in a family spanning generations. Jim Bob likewise remains patriarch, even as many of his children lead their own lives. The Duggar family's public life has evolved in the years since 19 Kids and Counting ended. Some of their children maintain public platforms, others have chosen distance or even criticism of the family's former practices. Amid those shifts, the parents' reemergence, however modest, serves as a tether, anchoring the family's identity and reminding observers where it all began. This family video thus does more than mark a birthday. It captures a moment of unity, respect, and legacy while offering fans and followers a rare gift, a chance to see Michelle and Jim Bob in family light, not just as figures of the past, but as present, living participants in the ongoing Duggar story. Only time will tell whether this appearance is a one-off or the first step toward more openness. But for now, the video stands as a poignant celebration, not only of Michelle's life, but of the enduring ties that bind a large and evolving family together.
Over the past decade, the Duggar family has experienced a dramatic transformation from being one of America's most recognizable reality TV families to navigating the complexities of public criticism, legal scrutiny, and generational change. The family's gradual withdrawal from the spotlight has made every new sighting of its original leaders, Michelle and Jim Bob, an event that sparks both nostalgia and debate. In the mid-2010s, the Duggars were synonymous with wholesome family television. Their TLC show, 19 Kids and Counting, attracted millions of weekly viewers, fascinated by the family's disciplined routine, faith-driven lifestyle, and unique approach to parenting. The series celebrated frugality, purity, modesty, and Christian homeschooling values that resonated with many conservative audiences. Yet, as time went on, cracks began to show between the public image and private reality. The cancellation of the show in 2015, following revelations involving their eldest son, Josh, was a turning point. For Michelle and Jim Bob, who had built their lives around transparency and visibility, the decision to retreat from public life was both necessary and painful. In the years since, their rare appearances have often carried emotional weight, a reminder of the family's origins, and a glimpse into how they have continued to live their values away from cameras. Why the family's privacy matters now more than ever. When Michelle and Jim Bob appeared in Jana's latest YouTube video, longtime followers immediately noticed how different the tone felt compared to their television days. Gone were the interview segments, carefully staged sequences, or overt moral lessons that characterized 19 Kids and Counting. In their place were unscripted smiles, natural interactions, and the quiet hum of family life. Michelle, wearing a soft blue dress, radiated the same gentle demeanor she was known for on television. Her laughter, unforced and maternal, seemed to ground the atmosphere. Jim Bob, often the talkative one in past years, was subdued but visibly content, sharing affectionate exchanges with grandchildren. This was not a public appearance designed to impress or persuade. It was private life made briefly visible, an authentic moment, carefully chosen but unembellished. For viewers who had long associated the Duggars with performance, the video felt like a recalibration of narrative. It suggested a family less interested in reclaiming fame and more focused on preserving connection. Generational dynamics and changing roles. Perhaps the most striking aspect of the video was how much the family hierarchy has evolved. Where Michelle and Jim Bob once stood as the unquestioned focal points, their adult children now carry much of the storytelling. Jana Duggar, the eldest daughter, has become an unofficial archivist, the keeper of memories and chronicler of family gatherings. Her decision to feature her parents in the video appears intentional, but not forced.
By placing them near the end of the footage, she underscored the continuity of generations without centering the narrative around them. The camera's focus lingered instead on younger couples, toddlers running along the sand, and the simple joy of family unity. This rebalancing of attention is symbolic. It marks the passing of generational leadership from parents to children, a transition the Duggars have quietly undergone in the years since their show's cancellation. Michelle and Jim Bob no longer orchestrate every detail of the family's public presentation. Instead, their children, Jana, Jessa, Jill, Ginger, Joyanna, and others, each manage their own small platforms, reflecting a diversity of values and lifestyles within the same lineage. Still, their parents' presence remains significant. Even as adult children pursue different paths, many maintain emotional and spiritual ties to their upbringing. Michelle and Jim Bob's reappearance therefore reads not as a return to authority, but as an affirmation of belonging. Subtle messaging through imagery. The visual language of the video tells its own story. Longtime followers noted that Michelle and Jim Bob appear surrounded by grandchildren and younger family members rather than at the center of attention. This subtly communicates humility, an image of the parents as nurturers, not leaders. In a few fleeting seconds, Michelle can be seen holding the hand of a grandchild, her eyes full of warmth. Jim Bob, meanwhile, takes a seat slightly off to the side, smiling as others speak. These gestures, while small, carry symbolic meaning. They echo themes of legacy, patience, and the natural passing of time. For a family once known for structure and authority, the imagery of stillness is telling. It suggests reflection rather than direction, endurance rather than leadership. Such choices matter deeply to an audience accustomed to reading between the lines. The Duggars' visual presentation has always been carefully curated. This more subdued portrayal hints at self-awareness, an acknowledgement that the era of dominance is over, replaced by quieter stewardship.
The broader conversation about legacy and faith beyond the immediate family circle. Michelle and Jim Bob's appearance reignited broader conversations among faith-based audiences and former fans of the show. Some interpreted their inclusion as a reaffirmation of faith and family, despite public hardships. Others saw it as an attempt to reclaim narrative space after years of silence. For evangelical communities that once viewed the Duggars as cultural touchstones, their reemergence in a simple, unglamorous family video offered reassurance. It reminded them that family values and faith can persist, even when fame fades. However, critics pointed out that the video carefully avoided addressing any past controversies. No mention was made of family disputes, Josh Duggar's legal troubles, or differences among siblings regarding faith and upbringing. Instead, the focus remained tightly on celebration and gratitude. Whether that omission represents avoidance or healing is a matter of perspective. For many observers, the restraint itself was part of the message, a choice to lead by example rather than explanation. The importance of controlled transparency. In modern celebrity culture, privacy has become a form of power. The Duggars, who once invited millions into their daily lives, have learned this lesson through experience. Their current strategy, allowing small, curated glimpses, enables them to stay connected with longtime followers while avoiding the pitfalls of overexposure. By letting Jana, one of their most trusted adult children, manage the narrative, Michelle and Jim Bob maintain both intimacy and protection. Jana's channel, while public, carries a distinctly personal tone. Her videos are less about fame and more about memory, often filled with genuine affection and modest presentation. In that sense, this appearance wasn't merely a family gathering caught on camera. It was a carefully measured act of storytelling. It balanced openness with boundaries, nostalgia with modernity, and family legacy with evolving independence. From curiosity to compassion,
What may surprise observers is how empathetic much of the public reaction has been. While the Duggar name once triggered polarizing opinions, the gentle, human tone of this video seemed to soften responses. Comment sections were filled with warmth, forgiveness, and gratitude. Many viewers expressed admiration for Michelle's enduring grace, noting her ageless demeanor and nurturing presence. Others reflected on how time seems to have mellowed on Jim Bob, whose quiet composure contrasted sharply with his once energetic persona. A smaller subset of fans even suggested that the couple's humility might mark a spiritual evolution, a shift from teaching to witnessing, from leadership to quiet testimony.